been a little bit. I hope you all can hear us okay, and I hope you can hear both of us at equal volume levels, which you can in the VOD of this, but we're doing it live. So listen, friends, it's been a little bit, but he's back finally. So who are you again?
I was going to ask the same thing to you and to whoever these people are who are chatting. What is this?
Hey.
Hello.
It's diabetes.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
Not too much. I mean,
Did you miss me?
I had another kid.
Oh, wow, good.
Yeah, in your absence, so there's that.
Just one?
Just one.
Well,
I mean, I have two total.
You gotta get that baker's dozen, bro.
Alright, yeah, I know. But look, I'm only one man. Alright, look, it's on everybody's mind, so let's just answer it. Let's get it out of the way.
Okay.
Where have you been? Why did you leave me?
Well, boy, do I have a tale for you.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna start playing video games because I'm bored already.
Okay, good. That's actually it. I'm done. No, I moved again not too long ago, and then when I moved, then I had to go back to the south for a little bit of a time, and then I came back again, and then all my priorities were thrown out of order, and time just got away from me a little bit.
I understand.
But I'm here to announce that the Sketch is gonna get back under control, and I'm gonna make a commitment to do this podcast.
Yay!
This one time. And then see you all again in another 6 to 12 months.
All right. Yay!
It's a hard commitment to make, but I'm gonna hold firm on this.
All right. I'm so glad that we get to see you this briefly.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Before I fade away into the ether a second time.
Yeah. Well, for real, though, just so people know, like, there's no, like, big announcements or anything like that. Like, it's not like anything's happening with RP or anything like that. It's, nah. It's just, like, actually, and truthfully, even earlier on in our history, we did just, like, kind of not update the channel for a few months or whatever.
We've never been consistent content providers.
Right. I think we were pretty good for a while, and then, like, yeah.
That YouTube burnout...
Did you see Great Contrast's animation, by the way?
I did, actually. That was impressive.
It was really good, I thought.
I was smoking an insulin cigarette in it. Very impressive details.
That's right, yeah. It was based on Vor, that game we did, right?
Did you say Vor or Noir?
Yeah, Vor.
Oh, Vor.
Isn't it Vor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's right.
It was that.
It's Vor. It's alright, Nor and stuff.
I mean, there probably are Flash games called Vor.
Right. So I know, a lot of people are speculating about things, but there's nothing really to speculate on. It's just, it's just people being, like, busy with life.
No, yeah, we're actually quite boring like that.
Yeah. I've been like streaming and everything. I actually just finished Arcade Pit,
See, here's the difference between us. You get to choose sleep, fun, and work. You gotta sacrifice one of those, usually. You choose to sacrifice sleep. I choose to sacrifice fun. Or work, because that's what this feels like.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I'm sorry it feels like work. It's kind of fun to talk to me sometimes. So, don't even answer it. What do you call it? So listen, E3's going on. I haven't really been watching.
Is it
Don't
now?
really care about it. Yeah.
Go on.
What's the deal? I mean, is there anything going on that you want to see and talk about, or should we just talk about Black Mirror?
Oh, well, let's see. With E3, they might announced a few things you would expect. Like, you got your Halo Infinite. Oh, there's another Gears of War game. Kingdom Hearts still happening. They're only on 3 somehow. Some new FromSoft game. Don't May Cry. Cyberpunk. Some Cars stuff. Shooty stuff. Cuphead DLC. And a new Battletoads?
What? How? Why?
Who asked for that?
You, I would say.
I don't know. Not even me.
You don't even want a new Battletoads. Not for free.
Well, one, I am not in the Xbox ecosystem. So even if I did want to play it, I probably would never have the chance to.
Got it.
But again, just why?
Yeah. I don't know. From Software announced the new game and all that, which is what I'm second most interested thing in so far. But like new Battletoads, I would play it. I don't know that I'd go buy an Xbox One to play it.
Based on the incredibly elaborate teaser trailer they showed, you're really game to play it?
I didn't even get to see it. I was busy.
It
with
was
stuff.
a black screen with some generic dialogue. Then the little logo popped up as a Battletoads, and then under that, 2019.
Did they at least go like boom boom like that?
Charlie Brown parents were not in Battletoads, to my recollection.
I think that was a very, very plain kind of imitation of
what were you even doing? What was
music. That? When you clear the level in Battletoads, it goes dun 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 dun.
That's what you were trying to do?
Well, that's what I successfily did. You got it the second time.
I thought you were doing SNES Star Fox dialogue.
Maybe I was doing SNES Star Fox style dialogue, okay?
Well,
maybe,
Good luck.
Thanks.
Getting people to believe
my
that.
experience, there's no such thing as luck. Can I mention one semi-controversial thing?
It's like we never left, isn't it?
I know.
This banter. What do you got?
No, I just saw Last Jedi.
Oh yeah.
Like on a flight. I was on a business trip last week.
More like really the last Star Wars film because the fans hated it that much.
Well, here's the thing. They did a whole annoying, terrible thing where they one person's off Twitter now. Who played Rose, and all that. I hated Last Jedi, but I don't want to be associated with those people. So it's I just feel like I should just shut up about it. That's what I can't stand. I hated Last Jedi so much, though.
That whole Rich People Planet sequence was pretty pointless.
You know what? So, okay, I'll say this. Yeah. All the Rey and Kylo stuff I pretty much liked a lot. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Sure. Good stuff,
yeah. So the start of the whole movie should have been called The Last Fuck Up by Poe Dameron before they shipped his ass out of the rebellion. Because this whole movie was a plan he did that failed. And okay, movie starts. Poe does this plan to take out a dreadnought or whatever, right?
Right, that's right.
And he kind of ignores orders, but he still takes it down, and there's some losses, and they're like, oh, Poe, alright, it's Star Wars, I get it's not a real military, who gives a shit. The rest of the movie, he commits a fucking mutiny. At gunpoint, tells him, no, we're doing my plan, which fails. And it's you can't be cool with that. That's not, an easy thing to brush off, oh, that Poe, that rascal,
But there was Leia being a space witch.
What the hell was that? Where did that come from?
That was supposed to distract from all the other stuff that you just brought up.
Why? Why was that even in there, though?
I don't know. That was weird.
And then, the rich people's planet thing, it's yeah, the Empire pays us for weapons, too. Why would the Empire pay for weapons? That's the whole point of them. They're, a terrible, evil empire that just takes shit,
That's First Order, actually.
It's yeah. I just can't take it. I'm so mad.
So when are you gonna see Solo?
A
Star Wars story.
I probably will see. Yeah, I mean they've got my money. Who cares? You know what I mean? Whatever. Well, that was the thing. It's I don't know. The original problem people had with Force Awakens was it's too by the book. It's too formulaic. I'm I'm fine. Maybe I'm an idiot, but it's just yeah. It's Star Wars.
Maybe that's why Last Jedi is the way it is.
But I know, I guess so. But I feel it went way in the other direction then, because
a little bit.
Even the cool kind of stuff wasn't so great. The Salt Planet fight started pretty good, and then it's just
Speaking of Salt Planet, how about Slow Beef here?
Well, you know what kills me too is the whole thing with Luke.
Yeah.
I know, I know, and then Luke was like suddenly like he does this force hologram move like across the damn galaxy,
Which Jedis can do.
suddenly. Yes. And he has a really cool kind of thing where they bombard him with shit and he like brushes it off, and then it's like he's not even there, and then he dies, and then it's like, well, wouldn't it actually have been a lot cooler if he really was there, if he was just gonna die anyway, and actually, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just kind of like, why
all
did
the
you
blasters
do that?
hit him and it's just a bloody mess. They're like, oh, well.
I didn't mean like that. I meant like if you
I mean,
had
that
done the
would have
same
been
thing.
pretty awesome, actually.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna go out.
Yeah.
Right?
Just so you know, a smoldering husk of Luke, bloody pool, smoke rising up, then yeah.
And also, like, they want Kylo, I guess, to turn to the dark side due to a misunderstanding between him and Luke. And the misunderstanding is Luke's like, whoa, I really fucked up training this guy. I guess he's evil. I'm gonna take out my goddamn lightsaber on my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Right
It's
now.
a pretty big faux pas.
I guess I don't need to ask Connor Lay about this.
Yeah.
They'll
like,
understand.
Even Anakin, who went on to be friggin' Darth Vader, like, Qui-Gon was kind of like, no, I see Force potential in him. I don't know if it's good. Luke's like, oh no, that's evil. I got it. I gotta kill this kid. You know.
Did they retcon the Metachlorians yet?
I don't know.
Where are we with that?
You know, I don't know. I think they kind of are just like, yeah, forget it, you know. No, I'm not even going to get into it in chat, because that's just ridiculous things. It was completely just total garbage. I couldn't stand any of it.
What other films have you seen?
Huh?
What other films have you seen that you also hated?
Boss Baby 100 times.
Oh.
And
this is before you even had kids.
I know.
Wow.
It's true. It's on. I get seriously on like a constant loop in my house. I can't take it anymore. They are like obsessed with it, and then once it comes on, it's like, oh, this is like, so, you know, whatever. It's yeah. It's just I can tell you everything. You know, I'll say this actually, not that bad anymore. I mean, it's not that bad a movie, Boss Baby.
Anymore? Like you're numb to it?
Oh, yeah. No, actually, when you first see it, it's like, okay, this isn't good. Like, I wouldn't recommend it to people, but it's not that bad. And it's not Last Jedi bad. But I'm joking. But it's no, it's not quite there. I mean, it's not like you're expecting something really terrible and like hard to watch, but it's not that bad. It's just kind of like, yeah, whatever, bad kids movie. Like, I've seen, like, I watched the Emoji Movie with my daughter. That was like painful. And then I watched the Angry Birds movie, which was painful and racist. It was, I mean, like, I had heard that about it, and I'm like, nah, come on. But they're like, they really drive home, like, yeah, these pigs who are, like, coming in by boat, they're just ruining our lifestyle. I'm like, wow, this is kind of heavy-handed. I really thought people were exaggerating that, but they were not.
Well, they are angry birds.
No, they're angry. They are angry.
I mean, what are they supposed to say? The pig people come, and they're like, okay. It's not tolerant birds.
By the way, I didn't ask. What did you think of Last Jedi?
I thought it was a mixed bag.
Yeah, there was, I mean, to be fair, like, there's like some good stuff in it, but
Yeah, like the ancillary, like the B story was just like whatever. Like, who cares?
I thought most of it was just like that. It was just like, most of the action sequences were pretty dull. I mean, it's like you couldn't even enjoy it on that base level until near the end when they had the really cool like Kylo Rey fight. That was great.
Yeah.
And I really liked their whole like being able to talk across. Like I really liked that story arc. That was great.
Sure.
Everything else was just totally laughable and Trek. I hated it all. I shouldn't say that. And to be totally fair too, I saw it on a plane, which is maybe not where you want to see big like space battle spectacle.
Did you at least like the reveal about how Luke gets nourishment on the planet?
What the hell was that?
Just like some
was that
borderline gratuitous?
I know, was that like
just out of nowhere? Like something that really should have been a deleted scene.
Yeah. It was just like I don't know, like, what the hell?
Jedi milk.
And then he kind of just looks at Rey, like, with this look of disgust, even, like, yeah, that's what we do here. That's how we do on whatever stupid
I've really
planet
fallen
I'm on.
from grace, in case you didn't know.
I'd rather drink alien monster tit than use the Force, if you catch my drift.
Maybe that's how he's able to astral project.
That milk.
Something in
it's
the
not
milk.
even the Force.
Filled with midichlorians.
See you around, kid.
Hey, how about video games?
Oh yeah.
What's new in those?
Video games. I don't know, you know, I've been playing a lot of old ones, a lot of new ones. I was, actually not a lot of new ones. I bought Monster Hunter. It was the last, like, modern game I bought, but I haven't played it. But I finally got around to Runer, which was great.
Oh yeah, you were super hyped about that game back when the trailers were out.
And I got to play it.
And it's good?
Gameplay-wise, really cool, really fun action.
Yep.
First third of the story really drew me in.
Uh-oh.
The rest of it, you know. It's like, so, okay, your character wears this really cool LED mask that, like, projects, like, kill you, and we were never friends. And
Projects
shit like
kill
that,
you?
know? Yeah.
Well, why would
it's
you
kind of
wear
awesome,
that?
actually.
It's not very
Well,
nice.
you're forced to. Yeah, no, it's
Forced.
like a whole thing where your brain's being hacked and you're kind of like forced to like carry out like killings and things like that. And you kind of get free, but there's like this woman called Her, that's like her in-game name, is like controlling you, kind of like sets you free, but is also like directing you where to go and how to get things done and all that. But then what happens is like, she's like, okay, now we got to go save your brother. And I'm like, oh, I have a brother. And then like, there's like characters they introduce, and I don't think they do enough with them to like justify things. So like, there's a character called Traffic King, who I guess is into like human trafficking, but like they don't.
Oh, he's
really
not like a
explicitly say
crossguard?
that. No, I would have thought that too, right?
Yeah.
But he's like a head. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause it's cyberpunk, so he's in like a floating like kind of sustained head type of thing.
Very cyberpunk, yes.
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah. And you can, like, electric shock him if you want to kind of, like, screw with him. But, like, I know he's a bad guy, but I don't know enough about him that would justify this little, like, sort of minimalist torture thing that I'm meant to be doing on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's, yeah. It's like, okay, maybe we could have baked that in, or you could have told me a little more about him or something, you know? Like, the character designs are amazing. Like, there's this, like, AI called Mother, but it's controlled by these these twin AIs called the Six Sisters, which are, like, really cool, and it's, like I want to like it, you know what I mean? Like, it looks so great, like, I really want to get into it, but it's not fleshed out enough where you can be like, yeah, this is totally great.
Gotcha.
It's like, it's a lot of style, not a lot of substance. I still think worth it, personally.
More
really
Flash than...
Yeah, more Flash than Pan, I guess. Is that a thing?
That's... Sure.
Yeah.
We'll make it a thing.
All right.
Hashtag more Flash than Pan.
I heard you've been playing video games, though.
I have been getting some use out of the old PS4 lately. I got Shadow of the Colossus because I'd never played that back in the day when it was released. So I finally got around to playing it. Beat it off over the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've still never played it. Does it hold up?
I would say so. There's a few like control-y things that are like sometimes I couldn't feel like I could get the horse to do what I wanted to do, but I like the presentation of it is fab. It's very minimalist. And like there are no like regular enemies or anything, just everybody you encounter is a boss and it's all a puzzle, and it's a very chill game. I would recommend. So in case you haven't played it in the 15, 14, however many years it's been available, maybe now my recommendation will tell you to get on it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that. But I understand you've played or at least seen another game that is supposed to be really good in terms of story.
Yes, Detroit, Become Human. I experienced. The next in David
How
Cage.
was that?
It's not worth $60, I can tell you that. No,
I've heard about it.
Look, so the only other game from that studio that I've played is Heavy Rain, and I guess probably the same for you.
Yeah.
So it feels very familiar if you've played Heavy Rain before.
Right.
Like, Cage sticks very close to his shallow archetypes in his writing of characters. Like, you know, every somewhat obese guy you come across is going to be an evil dick. You get like 3 or 4 of them in the beginning of the game.
Okay. You're a cop again, right? That's like another story.
That's one of the... Yeah, you play as 3 different androids. One of them's kind of a cop dude. The other is the other 2 are in a servant sort of capacity. And it's... I don't know. It's like it's entertaining enough if you like choose your own adventure stuff. You'll have a little bit of a ball with it, but the writing is very bad.
Really bad, huh?
Yeah. Like
worse than Heavy Rain, or?
It's a lot less subtle than Heavy Rain.
That's amazing.
I'll say that much. They shove their themes right into your face. There is no subtext to speak of in this game.
I think too, it's supposed to have more gravity than Heavy Rain.
It wants to, but it falls flat.
Yeah,
it falls very flat.
It aims higher. It's punching above its weight class, as they say.
Way above the weight class. Like, in the first little bit of the game, you get so many direct allusions to Rosa Parks in the back of the bus, slavery, the Underground Railroad. There's a Harriet Tubman character. They abruptly mentioned there's camps with androids.
Ooh,
just kind of abruptly brought up in the game. It feels like there's lots of checks being marked off here.
I feel like maybe David Cage was like watching movies at home, and then like he saw like a thing on Netflix or something for like Schindler's List. He goes, "Oh yeah, I gotta include that." That's you know what I mean, like camps. That's a good idea. Absolutely. Yeah, like there is no real. It seems like super. You know what sucks too? It's like it's very late to the can androids be human kind of party. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like sussed out. Mm-hmm. It's like they can be human. It's fine. Let's keep going.
Just to show how much, like, Cage does not get, like, his own writing and what he's trying to do. So there's this point in the game where every time you go to the main menu, there's this lady android who kind of, like, talks to you. I think I know this. It's supposed to, like, it just shows you, like, oh, look at this facial capture software that you get shown immediately. Yeah. And there's, like, a point in the game where, the idea is the androids are becoming self-aware, they wanted to, be free and all that. And, like, she asks you, the player, like, oh, can I go now? I think it's like after you beat the game maybe the first time or something. Yeah. So it's like, oh, do you want to free this android, you the player? So you can say, like, yeah, sure. And so she leaves. And then it was just actually kind of neat because after that, the main menu is just very barren and blank. It's kind of like a cool meta thing. But then, like, I saw on Twitter that apparently a lot of players were complaining that they missed her. Her name's, like, Chloe, I think. And so they're like, oh, so any of you people who let Chloe go, you can have another one on the main screen. She's coming back. It's fine.
What?
Yeah.
That's like totally destroys the whole point.
It does.
Like, it's supposed to have gravity.
Oh, but I miss my slave. Can I have another one?
So actually, I spoiled myself on that because I heard it was like really like ridiculous, and it's like Nier Automata like kindergarten level, Mm-hmm. Like I still feel bad about like if I like not the Nier Automata is an older game, but I won't spoil like ending E here because I really like that so much.
Oh yeah.
And then but like this like Detroit Become Human or like yeah, you can get rid of the robot, who gives a crap,
There's another one.
What annoyed me about it too in a way, because it's that metafiction kind of thing where she's like, watching these stories has made me realize my own humanity. It's almost like, wow, watching this great video game that I'm in has really touched me, a character outside of it. Mm-hmm. Who'd have thought how good this is? You know what I mean? There's like an implicit, this is great, kind of shit.
Yeah.
Just so bad.
It's a very funny game.
I kind of want to play it.
It's worth playing because it's kind of a hoot. It doesn't mean to be a hoot, but it's kind of a hoot.
Well, isn't there like a part 2 where like a robot has to give like a speech and like one of the options is I have a dream?
Oh, is it?
I've seen that
I don't
on
think
Twitter.
I've seen that myself, but I would not be surprised. Okay. there is this moment where you and the androids all march to this like soaring orchestral score that really falls flat.
Yeah.
And apparently converting androids to your cause is like the easiest thing in the whole goddamn world.
You mean it's just like, hey, you wanna become human? And they're like, yeah.
No, it's not even that. Like, one of your guys just touches another android and goes, "You're free." And then just instantly they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm with you, bro." Like, even if they had pretty good lives, I guess, or even if they've, like, been in a store and haven't been exposed to the real world at all, just, like, immediately they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm in. Let's do it." And then it becomes, like, long range. It's never clear how he picks up the ability to do that, or why that works.
What, to convert?
To convert other androids. Like, at first you touch them, and then, like, later on when you're marching from a distance, you just kind of hold your hand out, and, like, an android, like, several dozen yards away will come over to you. It's very rushed. Like that.
It's so, like, it's annoying because Quantic Dream, I feel like, does, like, really such a good job with their motion capture and, like, the graphics.
Yeah, the game does, it looks really good.
Yeah. But,
like, technically, it's quite good to look at, but, you know, if you look under the hood at all.
But I just don't understand, because I feel like there has to be a point where somebody says, like, why don't we bring in a writer? You know what I mean? Like,
a good writer.
Unless Cage is, like, bankrolling this all himself, like Tommy Wiseau, with some, like, unknown, like, source of income.
It is written and directed by him, so.
But, like, like, someone must have said something. Like, someone must be like, but this is garbage, you know?
There's an actual point in the game where you have the choice of remain a machine, become a deviant. Hit one button or the other button. Press X to human.
It's just, it's just that, like, I think what bugs me about it, it's just, like, I don't know. Like, Sakamoto with Other M, like, he must know by now. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't let him write it Other M2. There's no new game coming. Like, he must have found out.
He co-wrote Heavy Rain.
I feel like.
And Detroit.
Oh, there you go. No, that would make sense, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, but, like, David Cage is on his, like, freaking, like, 4th game now that he's written. And, like, you can't even chalk one off, like, to, like, a mulligan. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta go, like, oh, man, this is...
Was Fahrenheit good? I heard that was his, like, good game.
I watched the Let's Play of it. It starts really strong.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say really. It starts strong, and then, ooh, boy. Oh, man.
Same sort of problems?
I'll put it this way. Have you ever seen the movie From Dusk Till Dawn?
I've not.
Okay. If you don't know, if I did a thing in college, which was bad, which I showed people this movie, but I didn't tell them it was about vampires. And the first, like, half of it seems like a Tarantino Rodriguez crime movie, but then all of a sudden there's friggin' vampires. Like, it makes this huge left turn. You're like, whoa, wait, there's a horror movie now? You know? Which it is, but, like, it's weird. Like, if you don't, it's a better experience, I think, if you know it's coming, because it's such... Well, let me put it this way. Let's say that's like a 900-degree turn. Indigo Prophecy Fahrenheit is like a 270-degree... Well, I know it's the other direction. It's like 80, 90-degree turns in like 3D space to the point where you don't know where you're pointing anymore. And it's like, wait. Like, there's like magic shit and the internet and the homeless people are part of the internet and wait, what's going on?
Sorry?
Like, it's totally wacky. It's like, you don't, like, I remember it, and it's just like, it starts like compounding on it. So basically, it opens up, and this is pretty good for a Heavy Rain-ish style interface, where you wake up in like a bathroom, and someone's murdered in front of you, and you think you might have done it, and there's like blood on your hands or something. So you actually have to cover that up, and like get out of the diner that you're in, like kind of subtly, which is like a good set piece for like the way David Cage does things, because it's kind of humanistic, it's not too over the top. It's really, really good. Then what happens is when things start to go off the rails, where you play the cops who are kind of investigating that, and you're kind of undoing all the things you did as the other character, which is like, oh, okay, that's weird. Then the character who thinks he committed the murder starts having hallucinations of like bug creatures and things like that. And then it turns out that the bug creatures are real. And then it turns out that, like, he's got, like, the psychic connection. And then, like, there's a network of homeless people protecting them. And then there's, like, an evil guy who's gonna turn the world into, like, cold. And it's, like, it like, keeps compounding. And it's like, okay, is this the story of the game? It's like, nope, we're doubling down on weird shit. And, like, it's just a mess, though.
And that was his first game,
like,
right?
Yeah. Like, and then the main character dies, but then, like, has, like, sex with the female protagonist, and you're like, wait a minute, isn't that technically, like, necrophilia or whatever? And, like, it's just really, really bad. Yeah, there's a time skip. It's like all just awful.
Sounds like a good game to throw up on the old RP channel. Get those engines rolling again.
Yeah, we might actually. That might not be a bad idea, truthfully. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy.
They make the androids way too human in the game.
What do you
mean?
Like
like in game universe, like why would they make them so almost indistinguishable from people? Because like the only thing that separates androids from people is this little like power button looking thing on their heads. But then they can just kind of like with a screwdriver essentially take it off. And they have like Wolverine healing factor skin that just covers it back up for whatever reason.
Oh.
And then it's like, oh, they're indistinguishable now from people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's that easy.
Oh, okay. That's something.
Oh, and there's an android sex club as well.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Is there an android sex scene? I'm assuming there must be, right?
I don't know. I didn't see one myself, but there is a android love interest side story. But I don't know if it leads to android doing it or not.
Is there a human android love interest scene?
No.
No? Wouldn't that be like the kind of
there's in the sex club it's implied that obviously humans go there to pay to fuck robot, but
yeah, but I mean, isn't that like a low-hanging David Cage kind of thing? You'd think, where it's like, oh, okay, well now we're gonna have a love that could never be because of our damn society, that kind of shit.
Right. Speaking of society, in the game, there's apparently, in this universe, unemployment is at like 35-40% or something like that. Mm-hmm. And the world seems pretty okay for that terrible statistic. Like, Detroit just seems like a relatively clean, prosperous place from the times you've seen it, and like the only signs you see of like severe unemployment are just like every now and then a couple people like, no, damn android took my job. But otherwise, it's apparently not leading to a crushing economic depression.
But you know what's weird about that too? Because you remember it's like, I feel like that's sort of more of David Cage being out of touch with the world. Because it's like, do you remember, what was it, when, Heavy Rain. Oh yeah, when like they lose the one kid and Ethan has now hit the skids, but like still lives in kind of a nice house in the slum. Like it's like 2 floors, couple of bedrooms, couple bath, like, and you're like, that's not that bad. Yeah. Like,
He does all right.
And it's like, yeah, it's like David Cage doesn't really get it. It's like, can you imagine how bad unemployment
he hits rock bottom. Look at his 2-story house.
I know.
Where he has his architecture studio set up, but he has a beard.
It's like he tells the voice actor, like, really feel your anger about androids taking your jobs. And it's just like, hey, you took our jobs. Good, perfect, wow!
I had the one character say that, now let's move on to the next plot beat.
Oh, God. So...
Worth a playthrough, though. It's entertaining.
Worth a playthrough? All right.
It's worth a playthrough, not for the right reasons, but it's...
Right.
It's a fun romp.
I really feel like I should play Beyond Two Souls as well, because I do have that.
Oh, yeah. Never missed out on that one.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's not highly regarded?
No. I've heard that's like one of the worst. Like it's kind of like up there with Heavy Rain and like the others. It's and then people in chat are like, it's so bad. So
didn't they get the star power of who was it? Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe?
Oh, Willem Dafoe's in it too.
I think so.
Is there anybody famous in Detroit Become Human?
There's one guy you might recognize. He's like a big character actor. Like he plays a lot of. If you need a disgruntled like army guy or cop or somebody, he was in a couple episodes of Lost.
Oh yeah, I feel like David Cage gets those actors a lot. Like those, like I know him from something. Kind of actors, Yeah.
You would recognize his voice. He does a lot of voice work.
Oh man, I kind of miss Heavy Rain now that I'm thinking about it. What do you call it? Apparently Ellen Cage sued him too, I'm hearing, but...
For what?
I don't know, probably being like an idiot. I mean, I don't know if you can sue for that, but
Press X to sue.
I would... Yeah, I'm trying to think what else is there. God, I really do want to play. I want to play Detroit now, kind of ironically. Apparently leaked nude models is why.
Oh.
Wow, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A modeler put her face onto a nude model for a shower scene. I see.
Oh. That's a little messed up.
Yeah. I could see that. What else is there then? You know what's funny too? I saw Blade Runner 2049.
Did you enjoy it?
Speaking of Android. I liked it. Yeah.
I did too.
It wasn't. Yeah, I would give it like a solid B. You know what I mean?
It deserved its Oscars, visual Oscars.
Yeah, I don't think it was like the greatest thing, but like one thing that really bugged me kind of is Deckard being in it. Like, I mean, I think he's fine in it, but like, I don't know. There's a point where he's like, "I had your job. I was damn good," and it's like, you were terrible. You were the worst Blade Runner. You shot like somebody in the back. Like
he stumbles his way through that first film.
I mean, yeah, like, you got Roy Batty because he pretty much didn't kill you on purpose several times, you know? And it's like he just happened to expire right in front of you, and it's like, well, all right, that's a successful Blade Run if I ever saw it. I mean, chalk went up, guys.
You almost fell off that one building.
Yeah, like, he's just bad.
Well, the guy you were hunting helped you up. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know. Well, can you imagine if, like, the replicant breaks your hand, but then gives you the gun back? Like, yeah, you know what?
I knew I was damn good at my job. He would have done this for any scrub.
How bad off do you have to be if someone you're trying to kill goes, yeah, I feel bad for you. Here, take this back. You know?
Need a little help, buddy. Poor guy.
I am glad they brought in, like, the Nexus 8 models don't have a lifespan, because it's also, like, you do kind of wonder, it's like, hey, these Nexus 7 models are, like, you know, kind of revolting, and it's like, well, just, like, wait a couple of years. You know? It's, like, really shitty, but, you know, yeah. No, I did like it. I liked it quite a bit. I thought, I thought some, there's like one kind of twist in it that I'm like that's a little convenient that character that you met, but it's also kind of like, what are you gonna do in a 2-hour movie type of thing? Sure. So I'm like, I'm okay with it mostly.
Written by David Cage.
But that's the thing. Like, I can't remember. I feel like another podcast, might even be Waypoint, said a thing like, because Blade Runner kind of explores that whole, like, you know, can androids be people, and like. I don't know if it's true of the novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, because I think they're actual androids, like, metal and, like, produced, kind of, whereas replicants in Blade Runner are, like, biological, like, you know, almost like cloned humans in a way, right? Which, like, really blurs that line and, like, kind of has a thing, but it's almost like, you know, Blade Runner 2049 kind of, like, takes it a step further, like, okay, now what about, you know, this sort of being and things like that, you know, and it's like it's really cool, basically. It's like, that's what I like about Snatcher is Hideo Kojima's like, look, you know what, we don't have to do moral ambiguity. They're vampires, pretty much, you know, like, don't worry about it. These are evil robots, and it's like, can Snatcher snake, like, yeah, about killing you, don't even worry about it, like, it's fine. Yeah. But it's, so, and again, Nier Automata. Like, you know what's funny? We were going to podcast about that about a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
We never got around to it.
That train left the station.
No, it totally did. Yeah, it's absolutely, like, not relevant. What'd you think? No, yeah. I'm interested to see what Yoko Taro does next, if anything. But, yeah.
Does he have a presence at E3, do we know?
I don't know, truthfully. I feel bad. I haven't watched, like, anything from E3. Like a jerk.
They've only done the Microsoft conference so far, and Bethesda, I think, just wrapped up.
Oh,
maybe
there was a really cool trailer for Cyberpunk 2077, though.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So yeah, it looks so good.
Is it The Witcher but Cyberpunk?
I mean, you know, the trailer is like not. I wouldn't say it's meatier than a teaser trailer. Like, it's not just the logo or something. Like, there's content, but not enough where you could like start to thread together a story or anything. So it's hard to say. As I understand it, it's a full single player RPG experience, meaning like your character is totally like who you make them. You know what I mean? It's not like Geralt. It's like, you know,
just a custom avatar kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna make you know.
You're gonna make Geralt,
a guy who looks like me.
Geralt.
Yeah, I'm gonna make me because I'm really boring in RPGs. I don't know.
No,
why.
I do the same thing. I just like roughly looks like me.
Yeah,
fine.
I've read about people on forums and they're like, why would you ever play like, you know, a human when you could be whatever? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm just
because now I'm a badass with a sword.
Yeah, I could totally insert myself into that dungeon.
Yeah.
And then if I die, I didn't die. Yay for video games.
Finally somewhere where I'm cool and relevant. Save the world. So fuck your reports that you need. I'm a godslayer.
I want to be a nearly 40-year-old man who's on the internet.
I want to be way past my prime, not qualified to do this at all.
Right.
Perhaps mildly out of shape. Oh, yeah. This is the world saver right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Why not me? Why not? You dickhead.
But yeah.
Right.
So it does look really good. I'm afraid because, like, honestly, I don't know. I feel like Witcher 3, as much as I liked it, it's, like, kind of too long. Like,
there's a lot of content.
It's like, oh my god. And it's like you're full and they keep serving you. And it's still really good somehow.
Yeah, it's a lot of good food, but too much of a good thing. Did you play both the DLCs?
No. I'm in the middle of the first one and I had to take a breather.
One of the DLCs is basically another entire game.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I met Master Mirror, and I don't know. It's
I like Master Mirror.
Yeah, me too. He's really cool.
He's
I really want to see where that goes,
Yeah.
but I can't. It's so good.
Well, if you want to see where it goes, you can make Master Mirror in Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, yeah.
And now the story is all up to you.
I want, like, something in the character creator that says, look, just Geralt. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
With look, comma in front of it, even. Just
Geralt, but in the hot tub, and he moves around constantly in the hot tub.
Yeah, the hot tub's flying.
He just has his feet up in the air the whole time, just moving about like, whoa!
It's like a hovercraft hot tub. Yeah, and it just, like, parks, like, yeah. I'm not getting out for this. He's, like, shooting a laser blaster from in the hot tub. Cyber Tub 2077.
I would play that.
I would play
Sounds
that.
incredible, actually.
It wouldn't be any good, but I would play it.
What are you talking about? It'd be
Can you
great.
believe people went this long without hearing us bullshit about nothing in particular for 45 minutes?
Yeah, how's this going? Is
Man,
this a disaster? Should we quit?
No, I think it's fine. It's like at worst a little aimless, but you know.
Well, that was kind of our mission statement from the time we started this.
More or less,
I would say.
I would say so too. Has anything happened in the world of Let's Play and all that shit since we've
Isn't Let's Play like dead?
Yeah, pretty much.
Isn't it all LPs is streams now? Isn't it?
Pretty much. I kind of wanted to do the Metroid Prime thing again, but like
again.
I mean more like the rotating guests with, like, a couple main. Yeah. Let's you and I resurrect Let's Play together with
sure.
Metroid Prime 4 when that comes out. No, well, YouTube is just like a complete shit show right now.
Algorithms,
so
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like there's got to be a point. It's like there's a point where it's just like, yeah, I feel like they just don't want money.
Whereas on Twitch, you can just show a still shot from a game and not interact with it at all, and the people love it.
Well, did you hear, like, all the crap they were doing, where it's like, they're getting demonetized, like, Starbucks doesn't want to do with anything with them, and all those companies because of, like, all the bad content and all that, right?
Right.
And now, like, there's, like, all these, like, terrible anti-gay ads that are now on YouTube.
Really?
Where it's like, gay people, let's not do that. It's like, what the hell is the matter with you? Like, what? Like, you're a big company now. You're Google. You can't do, like, what?
Those ads are just floating around?
They come on your content. This is the most horrible part, right?
That's cool.
If you do a video and you have like an LGBT word in the title of it, you get demonetized.
Seriously?
But if you have ads running, that might run on it. Like, wow.
Huh.
Who's like Google? Aren't you like worried about lawsuits and things like that? And they're just like, look, it's the algorithm. It'll get there, okay? Like, what the fuck?
Well,
and meanwhile, Twitch is like, yeah, I'll take free money. Sure, yeah. Go nuts, Google. What do I give a shit? Like,
oh, I didn't know YouTube
and
had
then,
gotten
like,
that crazy.
it's like there's a new story every week. It's like ridiculous.
Wow.
And then like my favorite thing, well, my a thing about it too is like Twitch now has this thing that they've been pushing, which I did once, which is like run an ad. Well, they've always had it, but like you can run an ad in the middle of your stream. It's like now like prime and center in the dashboard, right? And I'm kind of like looking like run ad break, like right under your main stats. Like I'm looking at it right now. And it's like, but why? Like, you've seen what's happened with, like, ad-based revenue, you know? It's not, obviously not a very sustainable model right now.
It's not so good.
So, just why don't you stick to, like, the bits and the subscribers? And I know what it is. It's like some jackass in a big table, on a big long table somewhere. Oh, he's not on the table. He's like, but how can revenue grow in, like, the 2020s, you know? How do we have to grow? And it's like, you're doing fine. Just don't grow. Like, you know, but like, no, we have to grow revenue. Yeah.
It's all about the profit.
Let's go to ads, and it's just gonna fuck up. I'm sure some of their content creators, like PewDiePie and all them, will oh, yeah, never mind.
What's new with the Pauls? They still good folks?
No, oh yeah,
they're still
great.
good boys? I've heard they're such good boys.
They're doing fine. They're doing fine. Man, what a shit show. I was really believing in it for a little bit. Like, that's great. People could just, like, make money doing this. Oh. Well, I guess you all ruined it. Never mind, then. Streams are fun, though. Are you going to get back into streaming now that you've kind of come back?
I will try to find the time. That is just the challenge, isn't it? No. Yeah. It's my way of saying, fuck you.
Oh, wait, you know what? No, I see a question in chat. I just want to address that. Like, because Muffy's like, so no more videos? Like, no, I think we'll still do stuff. Like, not that I love supporting all that, whatever, but, like, you know, it's still there. And, like, I mean, the channel's still there. We might as well use it. Or, actually, you know what we were talking about before the long hiatus? The long thirst people have for diabetes content.
Okay, that's a little gross when you say it like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's horny now, right?
Yeah,
Thirsty,
that's
like
a little...
new thing.
It's a little...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, our 10-year anniversary passed. Whatever.
Yeah, happy to.
But, like, we were talking about incorporating streaming somehow in terms of, like, showing people how the sausage is made. You know, kind of, like, doing, like, the takes and things like that. And then, you know, all that fun stuff.
Double dipping, more like. You greedy fuck.
Okay, then we'll just do it. Let's just do it on Twitch. Period. Okay. Oh, I'll double dip. I go to business school. I'm greedy as shit.
I'd love to do it on Twitch with you, Slow Beef.
I just want to confirm something real quick. Because there is some really interesting news that got posted. But first, let's see here. Because, like, basically, I don't want to just say it just yet, but, like,
yes.
Apparently, have you ever heard of Metal Wolf Chaos?
Oh, yeah. I saw a Let's Play of that way back in the day.
Yeah, me too. I actually modded my Xbox specifically to play that game. And, like, basically Devolver Digital has been kind of teasing it, you know?
Oh.
Apparently, yeah, it's coming to all modern platforms, I'm being told in chat.
Like a remaster of that game, you mean?
Apparently.
Huh.
I don't know. Or at least it's like, yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's possible.
They're gonna port it over to the States?
Except Switch. Not Switch. I don't think it's being remastered. I think it's just being ported so you can play it. But we don't know anything yet. We're not a news channel. I mean, this will have broken like 3 days or a week or however long it takes us to edit and put this up. But, you know. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Let's explain Metal Wolf Chaos for people who don't know.
You're the president of the United States, and there's mechs, and as the president, you've got to get in your presidential mech and fuck shit up to save the United States.
It's really wild. Like, the vice president stages a coup d'etat and takes over America. And you, the president, get in a mech with your secretary Jody, and she's like kind of guides you to take back the United States from the evil vice president who's destroying all these American monuments, and you gotta stop him. So like, it's English voice acting. A lot of it's in Japanese. It is a little hard to play, as I understand
that's right.
it, because it's mech stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, at one stage, like, you'll have to save like the Statue of Liberty, and the vice president, like, your name is Michael something, I forget
it's
what.
It's a very generic but
Michael.
Presidential sounding name.
Yeah, and he's like, the vice president's like, hey there, Michael, you don't get it. Freedom is dead, you know? And he's like, I'm going to destroy this goddess of liberty, you know, and all this shit. And you're just like, Richard, you know, and like trying to blow shit up as the president.
Give me more of
and
this!
And he keeps saying, yeah, he's like, I'll stop this because I'm the president of the United States of America. And it's like, awesome. Damn, I want to play it now.
It actually makes you feel patriotic playing it.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. It's like, if you ever feel a little down about the country, I don't know why, this is a great game to like kind of pick you back up. You know? I forgot about it. It's so good, yeah. And there's like there's a point too, there's like a statue of your father, like in the first stage. And if you shoot it, like, it kind of goes like, I'm disappointed in you, Michael. And he goes, Father! Like, it's so great. Oh, yeah, and Devil May Cry 5, by the way.
Yeah.
For me, it was announced at E3.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. I always liked Devil May Cry.
Never played him. Never played him.
I actually
more like Devil
the
May
first one
Care with me.
Devil May Cry, the first one's really good because it has really shitty voice acting, but it, like, I don't know, it's, like, so over the top you kind of can't help but not feel bad, you know what I mean? Like, he has this, like, female love interest who's really evil but really loves him kind of thing, and then, like, she dies, and he has this, like, really over the top, like, death scene with her, like, Trish, I was the one who was supposed to fill your dark soul with light, you know, and there's like music and shit, and it's just like, wow, this is awful. And then, oh yeah, and then like...
Sounds very Sonic-y quality almost there.
His business is called Devil May Cry, but then like at one point I think she comes back to life or something, and she cries, he goes like, Trish, devils never cry, and then he changes his like business to Devil Never Cry, and then they just forget about any of that for like the sequels, the prequel, and whatever. And then, like, what's great is the second game is, like, the game I think everybody's kind of like, yeah, don't worry about that one. It's, like, it's not great, and, it, like, the story, I remember reading a review that was perfect. It was, like, I don't know what I did or why I did it the entire point of the game. Like, it's a sequel, but there's, like, a point where Dante now has a coin he flips, like Two-Face, and I don't know if maybe the writer had just never heard of Two-Face, but it's, like, if it comes up like the normal side, he'll do the job. But if it comes up the scratched, like, horrible side, he won't. And it was like, wait, where did that come from? He didn't do that in the previous game, you know? And it's like, nice. It's just awful. It's just like, I can't even get into the story because none of it makes any sense.
This
and then,
damn coin takes me out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like, the third game, I feel like Kamiya was involved, but it is, like, or I forget, but, like, third game is, like, where they're like, you know, fuck, let's just go wild over the top shit, totally. Mm. Like, the first game was like that, too, but now, like, the third game really, like, bites down into it.
And the fourth?
Fourth one's great, too. Fourth one is weird, because now you play Nero, who's a different character, but looks exactly like Dante and kind of acts like him.
Oh, what's Dante off doing?
He's in the game, also.
Oh.
It's kind of like Raiden and Snake, but you're, like, less likely to be disappointed. You know? Like, it's like, wait, who's this? This isn't Snake. Oh, but this guy's also kind of, like, grizzled, just a little younger. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. 3 and 4 are great, yeah. But, and then there's, like, so I think 5 is what they announced at EA, but there's also, like, this remake, which I don't really understand, called, like, DMC, where, like, this company called Ninja Theory, I think, redid Devil May Cry, and there's a new Dante who's got, like, black hair and he's younger, and I don't really, like, get why they did that, but they did it. It's there. I've heard it's alright, you know?
It's supposed to be a remake of
mixed
one?
Things. Yeah, it's, like, one of those, like, reimagining, you know how they do with movies where it's suddenly like, okay, let's just redo this movie. That kind of thing, you know?
When has that ever happened?
It's like that. Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
Yeah, and I did hear that Microsoft bought Ninja Theory, but Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's that, and then there's like Sekiro, I think, or Seriko rather, excuse me, which is like From Software's new IP.
Is that Samurai Souls?
Yes, it is. Well, it's not. I think it's a little like faster paced, and I don't think it's like necessarily like a Souls-like at all. You know, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is the name of it, but I don't know. I mean, I've heard it's more like Tenchu. It's like more like a ninja kind of thing, you know. But
Stealth Assassins.
That one, yeah, allegedly. I don't know. There's that.
So we got Sony's press conference to come, and then whatever Nintendo's cooking up.
Yeah.
Which, as of this recording, we don't know.
No. There's a new Halo, right? Halo Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
I never kept up with Halo past 2.
Well, yeah. Look at how many games there are. God. Oh, it's good to be back.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad to have you.
It's great. It's great. It's like I never left.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. I want to tell you about a guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh boy. Should we stop streaming?
Yes. After you hear this, you'll be like, you know what? Slow Beef has no good taste at all, so his Last Jedi opinion should just be completely...
I've always said that, though, but go ahead.
But it's correct. I'm correct. All right, no. Yeah. Altered Carbon, have you heard about this?
I have heard of it. Another of the sea of Netflix original shows.
Also, it's very cyberpunk, okay?
Which is
why... Yeah, I hate to, like, recite... Whatever. I'm like... I was watching it, and I'm like, wow, this is, like, exactly the thing I would have written when I was, like, 16 years old. And then as I keep watching, I'm like, maybe 14, maybe 12. You know, like, the hero is like this guy, Takeshi Kovacs. He's half Japanese, half Slavic. And he died. He was like this, well, he was like a revolutionary, but also like a mercenary, and he was an envoy, so he could kind of see things, like, notice the fine details of things. He was the ultimate in combat and all that. And he got killed, but in this future, if your stack, which is like a little circular thing that goes into your neck, is still alive, you can be re-sleeved, which means put into another body. So basically, they put him into a really handsome, strong guy. White guy, I should say, even though he's Asian. Or half Asian, half Slavic, I guess. He's got to solve a murder of this, like, really rich guy named, like, Bancroft, of course. And, Bancroft's like, I want you to solve a murder. And they're like, whose murder? Mine! And it's, like, cyberpunk, and it's, like, it's kind of, like, one of those things, like, I shouldn't enjoy this. This is really stupid, but I really kind of enjoy this, you know?
Were you hooked at the end of the first episode, or did it take you a little bit?
The first episode's kind of like, I like the set pieces enough where I'm like, this is going to be so effing bad, though, and I'm not. And the second episode's good enough where I'm like, okay, actually, you know what, I'm going to go through this, I think, you know? It's just like, it's one of those things where, like, the hero is, like, so dark and edgy, and he doesn't even care about anything, you know? Like, and it's like, oh god, enough, Altered Carbon. Like, get over it. But like, then it's also like, maybe I should get over myself. Like, it's just like a silly, stupid thing, you know? Why not have fun with it?
Sure.
You know, so it's pretty cool that way. It's like an 80s, like, kind of cyberpunk movie, you know what I mean? Like Total Recall or like...
On a scale of 1 to Snatcher, how cyberpunk is it?
I'll go 8 out of 10. I feel like one of the sort of issues, though, too, is if you don't really die, like, unless they destroy that disc in the back of your neck, right? It does kind of remove some of the tension of it, because it's like, he'll be in a fight with somebody, and I'm like, yeah, but are they going to really kill him, or are they going to, like, kill him? You know, that kind of thing.
Do people in that universe know that weakness?
Yeah. No, they do. But the other thing is that, like, it's kind of interesting where, like, if you are murdered, let's say, or killed, you get another body for free. But the thing is that it's probably not the body you want. So, like, one of the things in the first episode, like, a 7-year-old girl gets killed in a hit and run, but they put her in, like, some 50-year-old woman's body, and they're like, they ask, like, what the hell's going on here? She's a 7-year-old, and he goes, hey, look, you get what you get, you know? Like, it's not like they have, like, just a bunch of, like, bodies hanging around. Mm-hmm. Like, for people to take, that's expensive, but the rich people get that, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I see.
Yeah. It does, like, the whole, like, classist cyberpunk thing really pretty well, but then it does go into, like, that, like, oh, that rich guy, he's so evil kind of thing, you know?
Well, perhaps you should play Detroit Become Human for a real cyberpunk experience. That makes you think a little bit about the state of humanity.
See, I go for the Last Jedi casino scene for that.
That's true.
If I really want to think about classism in the galaxy.
Remember when BB-8 spit out the coins, and that was great.
Oh, I forgot about
made
that.
the movie.
See, that's the thing. I want to get into, like, Rose and all that stuff, but then those people screwed that up for me. So it's just like, all right, I'll lay off because fuck that, you know, whatever. Anyway, no, it's what do you call it? Yeah. So I enjoy Altered Carbon very much, even though I shouldn't.
I can't wait to probably not watch it myself.
You know what? You should watch it. Jessica Jones is fucking awesome.
I've watched Jessica Jones.
It's solid. So I got to, like, through episode 10, but then my wife got into it, so now I'm back on episode 3. And then I had to go to a business trip, so now it's a week off. So now when we go to watch episode 4, I'm going to have a reminder of everything that happened, and blah, blah, blah.
David Tennant's always a welcome presence on TV.
He's Kilgrave?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Is he in Doctor Who also, am I wrong? Or?
Yeah, he was one of the doctors. I was about to say the number, but then I wasn't sure which one it was.
I've never watched a Doctor Who.
You don't have to. I mean, it's fine.
So, like, yeah, I really like it a lot. So you know what happened though too is I went on a business trip recently and I got, like, really sick, like.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I had hand, foot, and mouth disease. It's called.
Well, why did you put it in there?
Which?
Your hand and your foot at the same time, apparently.
Oh, we're still talking about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I thought you were changing topics to the other embarrassing story.
No, I'm right there with you with your hand, foot, mouth, throat, butt disease that you had.
It's awful. Yeah. So I like. Do you ever, like, you're, like, sick in bed and it's like you're taking a sick day and you're like, oh man, my flight, I have to go to the airport at 3 a.m. and it's like 8 a.m. right now. So I have to decide 19 hours to decide if I'm making this flight or not, you know? And, man.
So how bad is having your hand and feet in your throat?
It's terrible. You get, like, blisters in your throat, basically, so you can't eat. Yeah. Like, it's extraordinarily painful to eat. Like, I don't know, like, I would, like, just not eat because it was that painful, and then I would, like, get really kind of woozy. Because it would be the whole day.
Turns out you have to eat, yeah.
Yeah, so, like,
weird.
I would do things like, they give you this disgusting, viscous kind of, like, Orajel, it, like, numbs your mouth.
This is when the people are really tuning in.
Absolutely, yeah.
The chat numbers are exploding.
Yeah, and you have to, like, so they give you, like, a friggin', like, syringe kind of thing, like one of those kid syringes that doesn't have a needle, you know? And you have to, like, draw it out of the bottle that way. So I'm on a plane. I look like I'm, like, shooting up or something, you know, because I'm, like, squeezing the shit into a bottle cap and doing it just to numb my throat and, like, attempt to, like, just eat a thing for calories just so I have enough energy to, like, make it through the day.
What about, like, milkshakes, things like that?
That's what I did, actually. I drank a vanilla milkshake, and that was, like, all I drank that day. Coffee frappuccinos were okay because they were, like, cold enough that it felt all right and, like, kind of kept me awake, but it was a nightmare. And then we had, like, a client take us out to dinner to, like, a steak and seafood place.
The ultimate
and, like,
test.
I know. Well, I had to eat oysters. I couldn't think of, like, anything. You know, and I felt bad because they're like, oh, yeah, get everything. It's on. It's like, yeah, but no. Because, you know.
I'll have 5 milkshakes, please.
Yeah, exactly. It was just.
So did you just feel like you had to go on this trip? Like, if I was sick like that, I'd be like, fuck that. I don't want to do the work business.
It's the Apple conference. It only happens once a year, and it's $1,600, and it's not refundable, and I felt bad. And, like, around, like, honestly, like, that afternoon, I'm like, I started to feel like I could walk around and everything, you know?
Yeah.
So, I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't so bad. You know, and I sort of, yeah, WWDC, that's the one. I've been to Google I/O and WWDC this year, and yeah, it was just like
It's my favorite wrestling federation.
I liked I/O by virtue of the fact that I could like eat and be like a normal person, and I basically suffered through Dub Dub, but you know.
What did you learn?
Nothing.
Oh. Worth it.
No.
$1,600.
Yeah. Android has a new thing
Apple's
called
making androids that are going to replace people? More like Detroit
awesome,
2018.
I've been making a lot of shit out of cardboard now, like Android things, you know? And,
even Nintendo Labo card.
Yo, I am all about Labo.
Labo, that's it.
I love Labo so much. It is like cool AF, as the kids say.
Wow.
I really, really love Labo. Cause like, my daughter and I like have made the robot kit, which really means like I made most of it, you know?
Right.
But the robot kit is like, it's like sick smart how they did it. So have you seen it at all?
A little bit, but I haven't pursued too much.
Okay. So, did you know the Joy-Cons on the Switch have, like, cameras on them? Like,
I don't.
like infrared cameras? I didn't know this. So,
Correct.
okay. One of the things you make is a visor for the robot kit, right?
Uh-huh.
Slides on it comes with, like, a strap and grommets and washers and things. So, like, it's not, like, it's cardboard, but it's actually, like, a fairly solid visor. And you put it on your head, and the visor, like, actually rotates, like, up and down in front of your field of vision, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a Joy-Con holder, like a thing that you put one of the Joy-Cons into the side of the visor, and then once you snap it into place, it'll track your head movement. So when you play the robot game, you get like this very cheap, like virtual reality kind of effect.
Oh.
It's not great, but like it's like for what you think Labo is, it's actually
For cardboard, yeah.
So you know that backpack? Have you seen that with the robot kit?
Uh-uh.
All right, that's the meat and potatoes of it. It's like a big backpack you make out of cardboard. And you wear it. And the idea is there's these 4 strings that come out of the top. And there's 2 blue and 2 orange. And the orange one link to these things you hold in your hand. And when you punch forward, kind of, like, it pulls the strings. Which, on the inside, there's 4 pulleys, basically. Like, you make these, like, blocks of cardboard. Like, you fold them all up and you put them in a thing. And they're, like, a little weighty. Not, like, crazy amount of weighty, but, you know. And the idea is, like, you take the blue strings, you put them around your feet, like with these straps you get in this other piece of cardboard. And as you, like, kind of lift your feet up or move your arms, they activate the pulleys in the backpack, right? The pulleys themselves have this, like, magnetic tape that the Switch camera can see in infrared, I guess. So, like, when you stick that into the backpack and you pull the pulleys, it can tell that you're moving your arms and legs. So the robot VR game that you play, like, uses your hands, your feet, and, like, the head tracking stuff. And it's, like, it's not, like, a good game where I'm like, holy shit, bro, you gotta play this fucking robot VR game. But, like, it's kind of amazing that you made that over the course of, like, 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, that it works. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's, like, kind of ridiculous. And then, like, we had the variety kit. We made the house, so we're gonna make, like, the fishing pole and, like, all that. It's, like, I'm really kind of joyfully amazed at how much I like Labo.
Does it take you back to when you were a kid?
No, because I never made shit this cool when I was a kid.
Oh.
My daughter is so goddamn lucky that this crap exists. I friggin' I love Labo. I really do.
Are they gonna make more?
More Labo? I don't know. They're called Toy-Cons. I hope they do.
Toy-Cons?
It's like one of those things. I saw it, and I was like, this is going to be really stupid, you know?
Yeah.
And, but, like, I got it because I figured, oh, maybe my kids will like building everything, you know, and all that stuff. And I'm like, wow, I am really pleasantly surprised at how good this is, you know?
Oh.
So.
A feel-good story for Slow Beef and family.
Indeed. What have you been doing?
How long did it take your kids to wreck the products that you made in Labo?
Oh, like a day.
Yeah.
No.
Instantly gone. On fire.
Yeah. Yeah. What else we got?
I played the new Final Fantasy 12 for... I don't know why.
There's a new Final Fantasy 12?
They remastered it for modern PlayStation. It's the Zodiac Age, Slow Beef.
Oh. I played a little of 12, but not a lot. Is it good?
FF12 was my first FF game that I did not finish all the way through. So when this came out, I thought maybe I should give it another spin. It has the job system, or they've ported in like a new job system that was never in the game before, and I always like those. It's kind of haphazardly put in this game, but it kind of works.
I hear you.
I forgot how bland the story is. Like, everybody in the game is very bland.
I'm sorry. That's Vaughn, right?
Hey, my name's Vaughn. One day, I'm gonna be a sky pirate. That's the extent of the emotion that Vaughn has throughout the entire game. Like, he never deviates from talking like this.
Does he actually have a voice actor?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be so great. Yeah,
Isn't it
let's go.
After, what's his face? It's after 10. That's right. There's voice acting. Wow.
Yeah, 10 and on voice acting.
I wonder why. I feel like I've fallen out of, like, favor with the Final Fantasy games, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've beat 12, finally. Played it over the span of a few weeks, but, I'm not, like, super ecstatic over it or anything. It was kind of a relaxing thing to do, like, setting the gambits, like, doing a little party management stuff. I like doing that. Sitting back, watching it work. Seeing a good plan come together. That's what the game's all about.
Well, I'm very glad for that. You know what I got, actually?
What's
you
that?
ready for this?
Yeah.
I got a Sega Saturn. And
finally.
It's really great. Yes.
Because of some E3 announcements?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you hyped for Sega Saturn content. Hell yeah.
I've been playing through, actually, I should thank Shadowhawk for it, for giving me his modded Saturn and all that. But I played Panzer Dragoon Saga, aka the most expensive video game that ever was.
Yeah, I'd heard of that one. Uh-huh.
It's really good. I like it a lot. It's kind of like old school Final Fantasy in that I didn't really understand all of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But and there's a lot more lore and things like that. Nice. But you know what? Good shit. Gotta say it.
Love me some lore.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of lore.
Mm-hmm. Pirate lore.
Totally pirate lore. What else we got? Anybody in chat want to talk about a thing? Oh, I should tell you all the ulterior motive for me doing this with you.
Boundless love and affection for me, of course.
I was hoping to get people from Arcade Pit, which I was just on and won, against Prosentia, who lost. Okay. And there's a Twitch achievement that I really want, where if 200 people talk at once in your chat, like if they just say the word Baroque, let's say, then you get the achievement. And the highest I've ever gotten is 114.
Like 114 people at the same time have to type something?
I guess. I don't really understand. Actually, I should just look at this, and see right now. Like, yeah, it's, talk to me. Chat with your viewers to engage them. Viewers are more like, that's not helpful.
It's more like manipulate your viewers to get some meaningless achievement to help fill out a list.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You're totally taking advantage of these fine people.
But they are not. But that's the thing. I think it's okay to take advantage of your viewers so long as they know that it's happening. You know what I mean?
But then did you really earn the achievement like in an organic way?
I don't care.
This is not conversation. This is not people talking to each other. This is Baroque. Like, wow, what engaged content this is.
Hey, wait, you have to remember something, okay?
Okay.
We're posting a VOD where the chat's not going to be people. See, look, and what I see is me in chat saying "use me, beef," which I think is
that's a little disgusting.
It's not like I'm like everybody give me bits because I need to make $100,000 in a single stream.
You just said it.
But I don't think it'll work. I mean, if it does, yay. I mean, bully for me. But,
Actually, they're all giving me bits right now. I'm just not telling you.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's why you should get back into streaming.
I will someday.
So that, tons of people give you bits.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
That's why you get into it.
Yeah. Exactly. For the reward of things. It's funny because my kids were, really tough to stream with for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm. Because they're children?
And, all right, yes. So, I felt, what do you call it? You couldn't really, what was I going to say? You couldn't really interact with people. Like, remember how we used to do, or I stole from you, really? where people would be like, "Hey, come
Bringing
on
people
stream,
in
let's-"
chat.
Yeah, exactly.
I like doing that with
I could-
Spelunky. That was fun.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Like, you just
Yeah,
floor,
nice.
like, you bring someone in, and if you die, you abruptly kick them out of the call, bring the next person in.
Yeah, stuff like that. That was a really smart idea.
Very rough and tumble, no-holds-barred conversation. With stakes. Like, the conversation could end at any second.
I gotta say though, saying that thing about the bits actually did seem to work. Thank you. I mean, like, it's like, here's a buck. Like, hey, all right, I should do that more often.
Oh. I get the 70% of that, right?
Yeah,
73%.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hmm.
What would you stream if you came back? You should stream the game I'm playing right now, which, by the way, I would actually unironically recommend to people.
Well, let me look at my backlog. There's a few things I have not played that I could...
I want to talk about the game while you're doing that. It's called Baroque. I was on the Hardcore Gaming 101 podcast, and this is one of the games we had to play to talk about. And in it, it's a Japanese roguelike. Couldn't even tell you what the story is, but all the enemies are very macabre. And, like, all the graphics are really good and scary and all that. It's just PlayStation 1, but it looks great for PlayStation 1. And there's a remake on both the Wii and the PS2 that's really good. All right, what's your backlog look like now? What do you have to play?
Tell me if any of these are streamable. Alien Isolation.
Oh, can I? Oh, man. Yes, I love Alien Isolation so much.
That's sitting in my library. Never played it. Been meaning to. What else have I got here? The newer Doom game. It's probably not very streamable. Environmental Station Alpha.
That's great. I really loved Environmental Station. I gotta go back to that. Stuff I didn't finish.
Pyre. Never played that. Got it when it was on Steam sale over Christmas. Never got around to playing it.
That's another really good game, actually, Pyre.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could stream Doom 4. I don't see the problem with that.
Slay the Spire. Some card game. Single player.
I've heard that. I've heard really good things about Slay the Spire.
I have too. I was thinking about finally getting Bloodborne. By the way, playing it myself.
I'm a big fan. I still haven't platinumed it. I have one more. I have to get the bad ending enough.
Does that require you doing a lot of that optional stuff?
I already did it for the LP though that we did.
Did you
The Chalice
comprehensively
Dungeon
do
and
it?
everything? Yeah,
Chalice
exactly.
Dungeons, that was it. You did them all?
Yeah. Yep. Once you fight Queen Yarnum, that's like kind of all the Chalice Dungeons have to offer for you. That if you can apparently like there's certain seeds where there's like cut content you can get to. Like, and like all these different bosses kind of, but like they're not like all different and everything,
Yeah.
What does it say? Because if you didn't, I'll have to nag you about it some more. What is Dectalon talking about? Oh, you know what I played too, which I liked a lot, was Dragon Ball FighterZ. That game kind of owns.
Seems like the kind of game I could get into.
Yeah, it's
But
really,
with
really
like fighting games, I feel like if I'm not like on the ground floor of it, I will just get instantly outpaced by anybody else. Even trying to play it in a casual capacity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of hear that. I feel like for shit like that, then you kind of have to play with like people you know and stuff.
Hey, bro. Who you main?
Mm-hmm.
Who you main?
I don't know. One of the Gokus, I guess. I don't know
One
anything
of the
about Dragon
Gokus.
Ball Z.
There's quite a lot of Gokus.
Well, that's
I'm
I don't
assuming.
like know Dragon Ball Z, so I was like looking at it and they're like, okay, so this Goku is like half of Goku.
Do you prefer
and
the
Trunks.
blue-haired Goku, the yellow-haired Goku, his dad, who I think's in the game, who doesn't have weird hair?
Oh yeah, I'm like kind of obligated to play dad games in a way, you know?
So you identify a lot with Bardock, then?
Yes, exactly. I gotta play God of War also.
I've been meaning to get that too. What gave me pause though? I never played the old God of Wars, any of them.
I don't think you need to.
Like, what do I need to know
Like,
besides this guy like beats off like gods and big giant men? Is that it?
No, that's it. Yeah, Lady Pure's confirming you don't need to play the old God of War.
Okay. Do they give you like a helpful recap, like previously on God of War, with happy music?
Yeah, well, they should, but God of War. I mean, I really like those games. They're fun and stupid, you know, that kind of thing.
Sure.
But like they're fun. Yeah. It's. I mean, I don't know. If you want me to give you a recap right now, let's see.
Sure.
Kratos, right?
Kratos.
Okay, so he's this guy, and Ares, who's like a god, is the god of war.
Heard of him?
Makes
yeah.
him kind of like puts him in a rage and sort of makes him kill his family, and he wants to get revenge. And of course, it's kind of like, well, didn't you do that? It's like, no, I blame Ares. But whatever. So the next, then he kills Ares, becomes the god of war, and then Zeus is like, wow, this guy's really like not a good god of war. I'm gonna have to fire him.
Like incompetent,
which means like,
or like not willing to do the responsibilities.
It's kind of more like, isn't that kind of the same? I think it's more like this guy is like taking over Olympus and not really like listening to me and stuff. So fuck that. I'm the king of gods. This ain't gonna fly.
Okay.
So yeah. So basically, Zeus is like, I'm taking away your god powers and I'm gonna kill you. And then Kratos is like, no, I'm gonna get back my god powers and kill you. Which is the next 2 games.
I hope you're pulling direct quotes.
Yeah, that's it. No, that's exactly it.
No.
So, you start fighting a bunch of Greek, like, mythology monsters, and then it's like, forget it, I'm fighting titans and gods now. And then you kill all the Greek gods and all that, and the end. That's God of War. And then all of a sudden, you're, like, in, like, Norway now, I think, with your son Atreus, and,
so you jumped ahead to the current game?
That's the current game, yeah. So basically, you really do have the recap, more or less. It's like...
So everything you described just now happens across all 3 of those games?
Yeah, but that is what happens. Also, like, very annoyingly, I'm like, do you ever have, like, one of those situations where your controller just keeps, like disconnecting? Where it's like, bum, 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 bum.
Well, I've been hearing that, but I've been a good boy not bringing it up since the chat probably is not hearing it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, they're hearing it, too, I think.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. Yep. This is Retsutalk.
They probably just assumed it was me the whole time trying to fuck with you. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. You can't tell the difference, can you? Was it me? Was it the controller?
Might have been.
Wow, it's uncanny.
Yeah, there's so much to play, and I just don't have time to play it, really,
So much to play, so little time. And you, like, have to stream everything you play. When's the last time you played a game just on your own? Just you and Beef.
What's even the point? No, I'm gonna be honest, though, too. It's like, the last game I can remember streaming on my own, right, was, like, maybe Undertale and, like, Shovel Knight.
See, streaming on your own or playing on your own?
I'm playing on my own. Playing on my own. I didn't stream them.
No.
But I'm like, why did I not... Like, I like streaming. Like, I genuinely just enjoy doing it,
Mm-hmm.
It's, like, kind of just fun to, like, hang out with people and just, like, bullshit and not worry about, like, anything,
Gross.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, community.
It's not even community. It's just, I don't care about anybody. I just like to, I like to talk, and if, like, people can pretend that, I have interesting things to say, I'll go for it,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You know what? There's these, stupid PSP God of War games I forgot to mention, too.
Oh, yeah? What does that add to the lore of,
I never played them. They're, like, just, who cares? It's, Are
there any Vita God of War games?
Yeah, no, there are not. There's God of War, like, Ghost of Sparta, and God of War, I'll take 2 for $1 or something. I forget what the actual subtitle is.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds about right, though, I'm pretty sure.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah, God of War, I'll take 2 for $1. Well, you know what? I've never played the Metal Gear Acid games. That was always one that I feel like I should.
Those the ones that are like a card game or a puzzle game?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. It's cards, right?
Yes, cards. Which, like, I think what happened was Sony is like, please, like, just, make us a Metal Gear game for the PSP. And Hideo Kojima's like, you got it! And then they're like, wait. No. Why would you do that to us?
Whatever happened with Metal Gear Survive?
It came out. That's
I feel like it came out, I heard nothing about it, and it just disappeared from the cultural lexicon.
I mean, it came out.
What is it?
Okay, so...
Like a battle royale kind of thing?
No, remember, Remember at the end of, like, no, actually, remember the beginning, really, I guess, of the end of Ground Zeroes, when, like, Mother Base gets attacked?
Sure.
Remember the part where there was a big portal that came out and, like, sucked some members of, was it Foxhound they called it at the time? And they ended up in an alternate dimension? And there were these, like, crystal zombies attacking them. So, alright, what it really is Konami decided, like, we got this Fox engine we spent all this fucking money on. We're gonna use it for microtransactions and make some cash. That's how this is gonna work.
Oh, so it's full of microtransactions?
Yeah. More or less.
So that's what you have to survive.
Yeah.
Bad economics. Yes.
It's really bad. You know what's funny though? I played Konami has a Contra mobile game that they've never released anywhere but China. I'm not making this up. And it's not bad, right? But it's absolutely, like, it's got fuel, you know, where you can only do, like, a level, like, every so often, like, before the game is like, hey, you gotta wait 24 hours or pay me 99 cents. And they added all these, like, they added all these, like, new characters to the Contra lexicon, and, like, most of them have really big tits. And, like, so you're playing the new Contra, and it's all in Chinese and everything, and apparently it's, like, really kind of, like, microtransaction and everything. It's apparently very, very successful, and that's what they're doing with Castlevania, you know.
Castlevania?
Yeah, so they're making a Castlevania iOS Android game that's gonna work kind of like that. It's like one of those things, once you get to, like 20 levels in, suddenly your weapons start doing less damage, so you kind of have to grind a little for, like, the in-game currency to get more stuff, or you can pay to skip all that, you know what I mean?
I'm not sure if such an app even belongs in this world.
Well, it's gonna. Sorry, your terrible reference is gonna be lost on us, but, you know, it happens.
What reference?
I don't know.
Get it?
Yeah, but, you know. So that's what's happened in New Konami. But this kind of sucks about it, right? It's like, wow, they really stopped making video games and they're kind of dicks and all that, and it's like, wow, they're making a lot of money, so they're not going to stop anytime soon. There is no justice in the world.
That's right.
They're the ones on the big casino planet. So, like, the hacker they were gonna hire is this, like, really suave, like, wonderful casino guy, and they're just like, we can't get him, but this other guy, whatever, he's fine. Yeah.
He checks out.
Yeah, you can come on the ship.
Fine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. So that's us.
Yeah. What'd you all think of Retsutalk 85? Should we continue doing this or not?
How do we do?
Just say the word.
Does anyone have notes?
Say the word yes in the chat over and over again. All, like, 1,000 of you or whoever the hell is here. Just so we can get this goddamn achievement and I can move on with my life. I'm just joking. It's not gonna happen. It's fine.
Good.
But,
Lovely.
No, it's wonderful. But I'm really, thanks for it. I'm really glad for that we got to do this again, because it's been a long time, you know.
When was the last one?
You weren't even in it, honestly.
That's why I said last official one.
Last official. Well, I guess
not this knockoff garbage.
I guess episode 82.
These Metal Gear Survive of podcasts that you dare make.
August 2016. August 3rd.
2 years, really?
Wow. Yeah, it's been about 2 years.
Alright, see y'all again in 2 years.
Aw.